Hey, how
Hello.
are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Hey, how are you? Good. What's going on?
That's good. Pull here. All right.
With the race on top. So it's me and boys.
Really? We have 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
No, they're all right. It's you, Renee.
Oh, right. So,
Me.
okay, so,
Yeah.
okay. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, as far as signs would have come in over. Would they move around different towns?
Yeah. Does your packet have this first ordinance 1319?
No. But this is 1320 first one, right?
Well, up here.
Oh, okay. Those of you that have it in here?
Is this the ordinance up here and the
Yeah.
ordinance down here?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, and this 1319 is not in the packet. I'll ask him for that.
Find it here?
No.
Yeah, let's see here. Hot here. It's warm here.
It is.
Do you do Clark's too?
Sometimes I do.
Do they have a lot of people show up at the audience or not really?
Not really.
No, same as Cubs here.
It's pretty much the same.
We used to have a couple of years ago, we had a contested election. We had a bunch of antagonizer with the other side that, kind of came in, asked, pre-rehearsed questions and,
Yeah.
the way discussed it and stuff, but we haven't really had anything. Like, since you've been on, have you really had anything? I don't think so, right? Yeah. I mean, I've been on for 20 years and only like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, we had like 2 years in a row were contested and they were kind of on anyone disappeared again,
Hello?
Yeah.
So for tonight.
Hello.
How are you? Oh, John,
He's doing good. Yeah, he's doing real good.
7:30 since you've done
When
it.
they show up.
Yes,
It's not in the package.
it's not in my copy either. Though.
Oh, you know what?
Here it is.
Oh, I was looking for the back of the ordinance.
Yeah, it's in order of the
Oh.
agenda. Okay. Yeah, you have to do that before you can do the other stuff. Hey, Siobhan. With our hands are, well, actually, we have, Renee should be on its way, so we should be okay anyway.
Okay. You want to talk beside though?
Okay. Go my yes. All right, are you guys? Your hockey team, excellent. 2 years in a row. Holy cow.
So, okay.
They refund the ticket, give them $500 out, that's it. And then they couldn't get there, be there until Wednesday, so we canceled the whole trip. First thing, never an issue.
And he was just like, so then they just said, no.
They said, well, they wanted us to fight, so they wanted to today to Frankfurt, Germany, and Germany there.
Oh, you can go through LA. And I talked to him.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. Yes. I'm doing it. You want me to?
Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah, wait.
Now, this is about-
So they take Deanna and then Rachel to the park lot, right?
Cool.
Okay.
last night. Now I'm dragging it.
Oh, you wanna
Right now,
tell me
I'm
who's
ready-
doing
I'm
what?
ready- Yeah, I was sitting on the front porch waiting to come here. I was like, you know, you can't control it. You know, you're just like,
Oh, gosh.
head's rolling.
Who's doing the invocation? It was Rachel.
Yeah, the airport's, being that plane. I've never been on a plane for 12
I
hours.
think I'd have been first class, so I'm glad to the reclining seat. There's a little, you know, a little bit. It's only so bad. So it was great. Left leg was pretty full, and it was me. I was sitting 1A if I can, left side. But I sleep to my left, and then there was, you know, B and C, and there was two of us, and most of the plane was full.
Okay.
I'm like, great. Everybody just starts around closing all the bins. All of a sudden, this big Jude comes up like,
Oh, hi. Oh, great. The scouts will be here, Mayor.
he came out like,
Okay. Should we give them a minute? They're on their way, or they're in the parking lot, or?
Yeah, they're
Okay, we'll wait a minute. We're just waiting for one more Eagle Scout, and then we'll get started, okay? Okay.
They've had some time in between.
I just signed off with the same exact invoice that I did, same dollar amount, you know, that's coincidence, or one was for rec and one was for DPW, for Street W. There's double, the same one.
which folder?
Yeah, it was for Tommy. Just make sure it wasn't just, it was. Let me just finish these up.
Okay. No, it just says 4%.
4%.
Okay, I think we're ready. In compliance with Chapter 231 of the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice has been given to all members of the governing body, the local source, and the Westfield Leader, the two newspapers designated to receive such notice. This notice is also posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board. Let's stand for an invocation. Dear Lord, as we approach Memorial Day, we need to honor our veterans who sacrificed for the liberties and freedoms that we all enjoy in this country. Also, please protect our first responders, our police, our rescue squad, and our fire department. And as the summer season approaches, please help to make sure all our kids are safe and healthy for the summer season. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Martha, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Andre is absent. Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Matichak?
Here.
Councilman Messler?
Here.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Here.
Councilwoman Pater's absent.
Okay, first, we have the approval of the minutes of the regular and executive session meeting on April 18th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Matichak?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have the approval of the minutes of the work and executive session meeting on May 2nd, 2023.
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Matichak?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Tonight, we have several resolutions of commendation. For those of you that haven't heard this speech, if you haven't been here before, I think the hockey team might have heard it last year. These resolutions actually become part of the history of Mountainside. So when you tell your sons and daughters in 20 years that, yeah, we won the state championship back in blah, 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 and they don't believe you, you can come down here and get a copy of this resolution and you can show them that you actually did win the championship. So I'd like to read the resolution. It's a resolution of commendation, whereas Governor Livingston and New Providence joined together to provide an ice hockey program to high school students and the opportunity to improve their skills and performance in competition with other schools. Whereas the Governor Livingston team were in the Public Sea State Championship game during the winter of 2023. Whereas the team finished with a victory over the Woodbridge, Colonial, Island, and Kennedy after 4 overtime rounds in the final round of the NJSIAA tournament, thus bringing their season record to 16-5-4 and becoming the Public Sea State Championship for the 2022 and 2023 season. That's a repeat, right, guys? Okay, good job. Whereas the Governor Livingston New Providence team was able to hold their state championship title and became back-to-back state champions. We did get it in. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Mountainside that the Governor Livingston New Providence hockey team and its coaches are commended for their achievements. Let's have a motion to pass the commendation, then I'm going to pass out the resolutions.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution of commendation is passed. Okay, we're gonna start with the coaches. Greg Jensen. No. Done it all on your own, anything. I'll just read your names though, for the record. Travis DeLillo, Matt Altamere, and Carson Whalers. Now for the players, the most important guys. Brian Kramer, he's not here, okay. Daltrey Ferrigno, Jacob Wachtel, Anthony Labisi. Okay, next we got Jackson Burnward, is that you? Yeah, you're Anthony Mabisa, right, I should know you. Played last night? Or did you go up? Okay, guys, stay up here. Okay, Jackson Benward, Teddy Baum, Brandon Folis, Colin DeCroy, Ryan Cisniskus. Probably not, right? 6 years. You live on that? Oh, you're I know somebody from streets on this team. Owen Cook, Alec. Stay up here. Alec Novetny, Carter Wallers, Quentin Gallagher, Brandon Cucaro, Matt Walken, Jeremy Sixninas. It was? Nice. I know it wasn't, but I appreciate the comments. Jordan Costa, Scott Capel, and Kyle Foster. You know you gotta be on the last one. Congratulations. He's gonna be a Ranger someday. Congratulations. Okay, let's give him a big round of applause. Why don't you come over here and get a nice picture, okay? Sure. Smile, you're on TV. Come on, now you gotta get the thumbs up. Come on, you champion. Let's go, you gotta do something. Let's go.
You know each other.
Two for back to back.
Okay, next we have two more proclamations. These are for two Eagle Scouts who are brothers. And I'm going to read them before I make some comments, okay? Whereas scouting is a movement that challenges, inspires, and guides young people towards high achievements, high values, as expressed in the Scout Oath, Law, motto, and slogan. Eagle Scout is the highest rank in Boy Scouting and requires mastery of different challenges in diverse areas. Whereas to become an Eagle Scout, demonstration of good character and community service. Whereas only a minority of Scouts ever achieve this distinguished accomplishment. Whereas Grant George Garcia and Brent Garcia constructed flag retirement boxes for the Mountainside Borough Hall and the, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting this wrong. That was Grant George Garcia, okay, who constructed flag retirement boxes for the Mountainside Borough Hall and the Mountainside Library, whereas Grant planned the logistics of the project and with the assistance of Rob Smith, a local contractor, designed and constructed the boxes. Whereas thanks to the generous donation and the volunteer scouts from Mountainside and Berkeley Heights troops, the flag retirement boxes are a special addition to the Mountainside community. Whereas for the Eagles Community Service Project for Brent, he renovated composting boxes and constructed additional sand storage units for the baseball field at Governor Livingston High School. And whereas Brent spruced up the decorated composting boxes, which were once done by another scout years ago and saw the need for another sand storage unit, where beforehand the sand was stored in the middle of the community path. And whereas the project proved to be a challenge due to multiple reasons, and thanks to the help of his family and other scouts inside and outside of the troop, were able to complete the project before the deadline. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountainside, that we do hereby congratulate Brent Garcia on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout, and George Grant Garcia on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. So can I have a motion for these two proclamations?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So proclaimed. Now, for my comments, you know, every time, I don't know, this has got to be about the 23rd or 24th Eagle Scout that has come before me during the time that I've been on council, which is remarkable for a town of this size. I don't know any other towns that are much bigger than we are that have this many Eagle Scouts. It's a true testament to the leadership of the scouting organization in this town. And you know, really, you guys have shown through, you know, becoming Eagle Scouts that you're going to be really the next leaders of this community and this country. You know, maybe someday you'll take my job. Not yet, but someday you might. And we need people of the quality that come out of the Scouts, especially Eagle Scouts, to be the leaders of this community, and I congratulate you. Now, before I give you resolutions, proclamations, Assemblywoman Michelle Massacutis wants to make a few comments.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Well, first of all, start with our Eagle Scouts. I just want to tell you guys how proud I am of you. I am a proud mom of an Eagle Scout, so I know what it took to get here. It is not the easiest road. Even it requires everyone's hands-on help, including the parents. So congratulations to you guys as well. But you guys are definitely the future, as Mayor Paul said, and I'm just so proud, and I think the future looks really bright. And while I'm at it, I just also want to commend you all from the GL New Providence team. That is a phenomenal achievement. You guys did really, really well. I was so proud. I live in New Providence, so I couldn't be any prouder. You guys are undefeated. You are not. You won last year too, right? The championship, 4 overtimes. Impressive. Very good. Keep up the great work. It takes dedication, determination, all the things that you're doing now. I promise they're going to be part of your future. You're going to take all of these hardworking lessons and this dedication. You're going to take this with you in your life, and as you go through struggles and you try to hit new peaks, you're going to remember how hard you worked, what it took to get there, and how great it feels when you get to the other side. So congratulations.
It doesn't say the taller one. Congratulations. Congratulations. Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about you? Because I think I'm going to get away with not saying something.
Oh, I kind of anticipated it.
Okay, so why don't you say a few words?
So, I'm honestly a little bit far removed from my actual award of Eagle Scout. I got it back in 2019. So, it's, I guess, a general reminder that though I may have gotten it all those years ago, it's something that really kind of chases you throughout your entire life. It's kind of a marker of my character that's repeatedly been a reminder, like this moment right here. Yeah, I constructed the 2 flag retirement boxes in Borough Hall and the library, as you mentioned. It was a nice effort of coordination between actually 3 different troops. We had scouts from Berkeley Heights, we had scouts from Mountainside, we had scouts from Clark. I also want to thank the VFW. Commander McLaughlin actually gave a generous donation that covered all the materials and tools that were needed for the project, and without that, it wouldn't have gotten done, without that, that fundraising. And yeah, that's about all I have to say, honestly. Thank you very much, Mayor, and the council as well. Scouting is great. I recommend everybody to take part in it.
And I constructed the composting boxes, or I renovated the composting boxes and constructed the sand storage for the baseball football team up at GL. Because like you mentioned before, there was just a big old pile of sand just kind of sitting in the middle of the path. It was really, appealing to look at for a community path. Yeah, it was a small group that helped out constructing and assisting me in any way, especially Grant and my family helped me out a lot, as well as some of the Eagle Scouts from the community of Mountainside, Clark, and Berkeley Heights. And I just got to second what Grant really said. It's something, although I have been an Eagle Scout for much shorter of a time than he has, it definitely, I've already seen, has some effects when you tell people, hey, I'm an Eagle Scout. It definitely follows you, reminds you constantly. Puts you on the work that you put in. I appreciate everything that everybody did to help us out. I think Greg would second that, and I appreciate the proclamation from you, of course, Mr. Naylor, and the council as well. It's appreciated to know that people appreciate the work.
Okay, come on, let's get a picture. Okay, congratulations. Since Michelle's also from New Providence, why don't you guys come up, get a picture with her too, so you can show your teammates from New Prov that Okay, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Michelle's going to also say a few words about her office that was here. The club doesn't want to hear this anyway. So why don't you tell them a little bit? She had a mobile office here tonight from 6 to 7:30.
Yeah.
And she's traveling around in the 21st district, right? 21st district, and setting up mobile offices in a lot of different areas, just to show the people in the 21st district that she's available, and you do have access to her if you need any help. So I know you want to say a few words about that.
I lucked out that tonight was the council meeting, so I figured I'd come by and say hi. Mobile office hours are just one way that your District 21 legislators try to come out and be seen right where you guys need us, right in your backyard. So we want to come around and along with Senator Bramnick and Assemblywoman Munoz, we are very reachable at all times. And some of the things that, I've been in office now for a little over a year. And since I've been in office, it's been a very exciting time. I've been working really hard. We have constituent services. Either you can sign up for them, we can help you during mobile office hours, or you can come right to my office, which is in New Providence. So far, year to date, we have collected over $480,000 for constituents in the way of unemployment, disability, things like that. So if you know anybody that needs help, please feel free to reach out. If you don't know how to get to me directly, Mayor Paul sure does. And you can get in touch, and we're happy to help you. If you even need us to come to you, we're happy to do that. And also, I just want to let you know that we are here just to help. So happy to be here, and always happy to see you, Mayor Paul. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, for coming.
Thanks.
Good to see you
I'll see
again.
you soon.
Okay, Eagle Scouts, even though you came late, you can leave if you want, okay? Unless you need another badge or something to stay on. You can do that too, so. Okay, so now we have some ordinances. We're gonna start with an ordinance. Steve, we have ordinance 13.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, nice to you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night now. We have ordinance 1319-2023.
Whereas the local government cap law NJS 40A 4-45 provides that in preparation of its annual budget, a municipality shall limit any increases in said final budget appropriations to 2.5% unless authorized by ordinance to increase it to 3.5% over the previous year's annual appropriations. And whereas a municipality may by ordinance bank the difference between its final budget appropriations and the 3.5% increase authorized by this ordinance when said difference is not appropriated as part of the final budget. And whereas the Borough Council of the Borough of Mountainside, County of Union, hereby determines that this difference in the amount of $90,992.30 is not appropriated as part of the final budget, shall be retained as an exception to the final appropriations in either of the next 2 succeeding years. Now therefore be it ordained that any amount authorized herein above that is not appropriated as part of the final budget shall be retained as an exception to the final appropriation in either of the next 2 succeeding years, and be it further ordained that a certified copy of this ordinance as introduced be filed with the Director of the Division of Labor, Local Government Services within 5 days of introduction, and be it further ordained that a certified copy of this ordinance upon adoption with the recorded vote included herein be filed with said director within 5 days after such adoption. So moved.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
This is second reading, so we do have public participation, but
Seeing no participation, I move to close.
okay, all in favor of closing, say aye.
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 So closed, poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Manager?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the 2023 municipal budget hearing. Usually that is where citizens would come and question our budget, but I guess they have no questions and they like our budget because I really don't see anyone here. So I'm going to move on with some of the resolutions, okay? Next resolution is 67-2023. Steve?
Whereas NJSA 40A 4-5, as amended by PL 2017 C-183, requires the governing body of each municipality and county to certify that their local units' hiring practices comply with the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as amended 42 U.S.C. Section 2000E, April 25th, 2012, before submitting its approved annual budget to the Division of Local Government Services in the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. And whereas the members of the governing body have familiarized themselves with the contents of the above referenced enforcement guidance and with their local units' hiring practices as they pertain to the consideration of an individual's criminal history, as evidenced by the group affidavit form of the governing body attached hereto. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountainside hereby states that it has complied with NJSA 40A 4-5 as amended by PL 2017 C-183 by certifying that the local unit's hiring practices comply with the above referenced enforcement guidance, and hereby directs the clerk to cause to be maintained and available for inspection a certified copy of this resolution and the required affidavit to show evidence of said compliance. I hereby certify that this is a true copy of the resolution passed at the meeting held on May 16th, 2023. So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Manager?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have the actual adoption of the budget. I'd just like to make a few comments about it. The increases this year, the largest increase was with our police salaries. That's a direct result of us filling the ranks that had not been filled in a number of years. We now have a full slate of, we actually have a captain, we have a full slate of lieutenants. sergeants and corporals, so we're very happy about that. Also, all other salaries are increased by $14,010. The DPW operating budget is increased by $20,000. That mainly has to do with the recycling contract that was negotiated by our Director of Public Works. He did a great job with that negotiation. We also have an increase in the fire department budget, that's $20,000. The operating budgets of all other departments increased by $14,000. We have grant matches increased by $30,000, which is a good sign because that means we got more grants this year. Also, group insurance and waivers went up $88,000. Other insurance went up $16,000. Utilities, gasoline, and water went up $13,000. Board of Health contract went up $1,000. Social Security $11,500. There was a pool deficit which we funded of $38,500. We had some tax appeals pending, so we have to increase the budget by $50,000 for tax appeals. We also had an increase in our debt obligations of $343. There were decreases in the operating budget. The pension obligation went down $8,000 and change. Legal went down by $20,000. Rahway Valley Sewer went down by $17,500. Capital purchases went down by $47,000. So the total operating increases were $438,944.48. We did also have some increases in revenue. We increased use of the surplus by $162,000. We increased the capital surplus usage by $10,000. We got an increase in state aid of $5,300. We got municipal relief funds of $40,000. We also had an increase in the interest on our investments of $45,000. And then the only thing that hurt us is the revenue went down for our cable franchises. So the total increase in anticipated revenues was $261,906, which means the budget overall went up $177,037, which means that on the average assessed house in Mountainside, which average assessment is $625,619, your taxes went up $49.42. With that, I need a motion to adopt the 2023 budget.
So moved. Second.
Okay, poll the council.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 69-2023. Who's doing that, Bob?
No, I'm doing it.
You're doing that one?
Yes. Resolution 68-2023.
No, 69, hon.
Oh,
we just-
we have 68, oh, I'm
We
sorry.
just did 68.
That's not me, it's,
Okay. Whereas in accordance with Chapter 72 PL 1984, the Borough of Mountain has authorized the authority to prepare and issue estimated tax bills. Whereas in order for the Borough of Mountain to meet our financial obligations, maintain the tax collection rate, and provide uniformity for tax payments and save the unnecessary cost of interest expenses on borrowing it would be our best interest to do so. And whereas the tax collector and chief financial officer have reviewed and computed an estimated levy in accordance with NJSA 54:4-66.3. Now therefore be resolved that by the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountainside on the 16th of May, 2023 as follows. The Borough of Mountainside tax collector is hereby authorized and directed to prepare and issue estimated tax bills for the Borough of Mountainside for the third quarter 2023 taxes. The entire estimated tax levy for 2023 is hereby set at $38,025,419.84. So moved.
Okay, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
okay.
Yes, second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Okay, next we have Resolution 70-2023. Donna, this is you.
What happened to resolution 68?
68 was the budget. We passed that.
Oh, okay. Wait a sec, where am Resolution 70-2023, be it resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she hereby is authorized to advise for bids for the snow and ice removal contract, which bids are to conform to the specifications and requirements of the bid packages as prepared by the Public Works Director and Borough Attorney. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Okay, next we have Resolution 71-2023.
Yes, Mayor. This is a road opening permit that the borough engineer said has been fulfilled, so the $2,000 is being returned to primary water and sewer. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 72-2023. Donna, that's you again.
Resolution 70-2023, whereas the Recreation Director Frank Mazzella requested the following refund, and now therefore be it resolved that the treasurer be authorized to issue the following refund for $175 for a spring camp. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 72-2023. Renee?
Yes, Resolution 73-2023, the mayor and council have increased the base salaries for 2023 by 4% for the municipal employees.
So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 74-2023. Steve, that's yours.
Whereas the A&E Committee has recommended additional compensation to the DPW foreman, Wayne Jennings, of $5,000, now therefore be it resolved that the foregoing compensation be implemented effective July 1, 2023. So moved.
Second.
We got a motion, we got a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 75-2023. Steve, that's you.
Whereas there is a need to fill the position of Assistant CFO, and whereas the A&E Committee and Borough Administrator have recommended the appointment of Justina Zagorska to fill this position, and whereas Justina Zagorska will receive a starting salary of $85,000 and is entitled to 5 vacation days and 5 sick days in 2023, and whereas upon the retirement of CFO Jill Good, Justina Zagorska will be appointed to the position of CFO and will receive an annual salary of $115,000, and this salary will be increased to $120,000 6 months after the CFO appointment. Whereas no outside municipal government employment will be authorized without prior approval from the governing body. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountside that Justina Zagorska is hereby appointed to the position of Assistant CFO effective June 12, 2023, with a 6-month probationary period in accordance with the Borough of Mountainside Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual. So moved.
Second.
We got a motion, we got a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have some ordinances for second reading. First one is ordinance 1320-2020.
Shift Commander's Office, upgrading intercom system, bus shelter renovations, and various street signs, traffic signals, light poles, and electronic signs. The funds may be in the amount of up to $200,000 may be needed. Now there be resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountside, the sum of $200,000 be and is hereby appropriated from the capital improvement fund for the above stated projects. So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have public, second reading, so it's a public hearing, so
Seeing no public, close that section.
all in favor of closing the public section, say aye.
Aye.
So closed. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mattajak?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have ordinance 1321-2023. Renee, that's you.
Yeah, this is a bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements in the borough of Mountainside and to appropriate the sum of $1,100,000. And this will be for various things such as sanitary and storm sewer improvements, reconstruction of various roads, and installation of a generator at the municipal building. So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's another one that's second reading, so we have a public hearing, so
Seeing no public, I move to close this section.
we have a second to close.
Second.
All in favor of closing, say aye.
Aye.
So closed. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Birkus?
Yes.
Councilman Manager?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Next, we have ordinance 1322-2023. Steve?
An ordinance to amend the Borough Code by confirming the Federal Emergency Management Agency's identification of special flood hazard areas within the boundaries of the borough to designate a floor plan administrator to ensure that the administration and enforcement of the state building codes that apply to the design and construction of buildings and structures in such flood hazard areas, to enforce zoning codes that secure safety from floods and contain certain provisions that apply to the development of lands, and to adopt rules and regulations concerning the development and use of land in the flood fringe areas which at least conform to the standards promulgated by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. So moved.
Second.
We got a motion, we got a second. Again, this is a second reading, so we have to open it to the public.
Seeing no public, I move to close.
We need a second to close.
Second.
All in favor of closing, say aye.
Aye.
So closed. Poll the council, please.
Councilman Birkus?
Yes.
Councilman Manager?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Okay, next we have a motion to approve Charles Blessing to join the Junior Firemen's Auxiliary Program. Can we have a motion for that, please?
So moved.
We have a
Second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So moved. Bills and claims.
Be it resolved by the mayor and council of the borough of Mountainside that the following bills of the persons named and for the amount stated below have been duly audited and found to be correct this 16th day of May 2023. The same be paid after council review if and when funds are available, and that the mayor, council president, administrator, and treasurer are hereby authorized and directed to sign and deliver warrants for the same, and that is in the amount of $151,437.94.
We have a motion. Do we have a second to pay the bills?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilman Birkus?
Yes.
Councilman Manager?
Yes.
Councilman Messler?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pacifico?
Yes.
Okay, next we have any council comments.
Yeah, I just want to make one quick comment. As everybody is aware, we have a volunteer fire department here in Mountainside. And one of our former volunteers, Chris White, recently got an accommodation from Elizabeth. Apparently he's now working as a paid fireman in Elizabeth. Apparently he smelled smoke in his home and saw a neighborhood house or apartment building on fire, helped people escape, and then without any protective gear, went into the second and third floors to help clear residents out. And he was awarded an award there. And having mentioned that, if you're interested in joining the fire department at Mountainside, please look into it. It's made some people into heroes, so they're always looking for volunteers.
No, Mayor, the only thing, we had a very successful recycling, electronics recycling again this fifth time, I think. Fifth time at Borough Hall Saturday to fill the truck or close. To fill the truck. That's the fifth time we filled a pretty decent sized 24-foot or so box truck with electronics. So there was a good line when I went there to drop some stuff off. So I think we'll continue to do that. It's real no cost to the residents to show up, and it's very well received. So.
This week is National Police Week. In 1962, President Kennedy established the 15th as National Police Day. So keep our law enforcement in your mind.
Anyone else? I understand, Joe, that we had a successful bike rodeo down at Deerfield. I guess it was last Friday.
We did, yes, everybody enjoyed it, the school was very pleased, the kids had a good time, and so did the police officers.
Who had more fun, the kids or the police officers? Also, this Memorial Day, we are going to have our annual Memorial Day celebration. We're going to start with a ceremony down at Constitution Plaza to honor all of our veterans, which will be followed by a parade up Bridle Path, down Wood Valley, and then down Central to Our Lady of Lourdes Church, where we're going to have a picnic for all the veterans, their families, and the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts. It's always a fantastic event. Anyone that wants to participate can, first of all, you should come down to the ceremony. That's the most important part of it. And then after that is when we get to celebrate. So if you can line the streets where we have the parade and just honor our veterans in that way. And then if you want to come down to the picnic at Our Lady of Lourdes, that's when the real fun starts. So I welcome everyone to come down and join in our, I believe this is our 11th annual Memorial Day parade and picnic. We've had the ceremony much longer than that, but this is the 11th year, so it's always a fun event. We have a lot of the local restaurants are donating most of the food. We'll have volunteers that are going to help with cooking and serving and cleaning up, and it's another one of the real community events in Mountainside that makes Mountainside the town that we love. So I encourage everyone to participate. Okay, with that, anyone else have any comments? No? No audience? There's no audience, so there's no audience participation tonight. So we need a motion to adjourn. There's no exec tonight.
So moved.
We have a second. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who might want to announce for the parade? I'm looking for like 2 people, because otherwise it's just, a video of 3 going by. You could, that'd be great. They just stand next to me, and as long as they keep talking, as the different parade things go by, they just talk about them.
Okay, all right, I'll look
That would be great.
Yeah, I'll look on it. That's a nice addition.
That would be nice. Thanks.
All right,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I'll be there and we'll talk about it. I think this what he did last year was under if you look at the library where the library entrance is. So, and I don't know, it could rain.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I hope not.
All
All right.
right, thank you.